Hi folks, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It really does help when you do that. So today folks, I wanted to take another look at this speaker here. This is the fairly new Celestion AlNiCo Ruby. Now Celestion sent me this speaker last summer to demo, which I did. I demoed it alongside their other three AlNiCo speakers, the blue, the gold and the cream. And I put the four-way comparison up on YouTube, and let's be kind and say that the Ruby kind of divided opinion. Now, I made a follow-up video to that comparison, answering your questions, both from here on YouTube and also from over on the Gear page. And as a few of you pointed out, I demoed the four of these speakers in my Dr Z DB4 amplifier, which is not a particularly bright sounding amp. So putting a sort of warm, mellow speaker in a dark amp was never going to show it off to its true potential. And I completely agree, the DB4 is not the right amp for this speaker. And also, as I pointed out in that follow-up video, it's a really difficult video to make, because when you've got three fairly bright speakers and one warm mellow speaker, having this speaker in the DB4 made it sound really dark and the others sounded fine. If I'd put this speaker in a brighter amp and EQ'd the amp so it sounded really, really good, the other three speakers probably would have sounded very shrill and harsh. So it's all a bit of a juggling act, and it was a very difficult video to make. So what I'm going to do today is, I don't think I really showed this speaker off to its full potential, running it alongside the other three in a dark sounding amp. So I'm going to run this speaker on its own in three different amplifiers to show you that it is possible to get some really epic sounds out of it. So today I'm going to run it in a Dr Z Z-Rec, which is a very bright sort of chimey AC30 type amp. I'm going to run it in a Cornell Romany Plus, which is a sort of 10-watt tweed champ. And I'm also going to run it in my Hughes & Kettner Pure Tone, which is a sort of hand-wired 40-watt Plexi amp. And of course I'm going to run the Hughes & Kettner in 80% power mode, because it's only a 35-watt speaker, so I want to look after it. But I really want to show this speaker off more, because I've been playing it more and more in the last 6 months, and I've really been enjoying some of the tones I can get out of it. As I said in that first video, out of a choice between this and something like the gold, I would probably go with the gold, because I like high-end fidelity and I'm more of a sort of clean, low gain player, so the gold suits me much more. But you can get some fantastic sounds out of the speaker in the right situations. So without further ado, let's rock. So there we are, folks. Now I hope you agree that some of those tones were really good coming through this Ruby, and it just goes to show that in the right situation and for the right application, this really can be an absolutely fantastic speaker. Now I'm going to do a quick A/B here. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to. Now let's pretend we're recording a very heavy, gainy rhythm part for a rock song. So I'm going to use a Gibson Les Paul through a Boss DS1 into the Dr Z Z-Reg. Granted, it's not the right amp for doing this either, but bear with me. Now listen to the sound coming through the Ruby. Now that's a super weighty, thick sound. It's very gainy, but it doesn't kind of fizz and buzz and all that sort of rubbish. Listen to exactly the same setup through the gold speaker. Now, yes, it's brighter, but there's so much more fizz up top. And in the studio, that's something that the producer would filter out straight away. We don't really want fizz in a song. So for that application with that amp and for that sort of tone, the Ruby is absolutely epic. It rolls off those kind of nasty highs. So for very distorted rhythm parts, it's incredible as a speaker. So I hope this video has kind of shown it off to its potential a little bit more than I might have done in that last video. Please do comment underneath, guys. Let me know if you like this speaker any more now than you did before. I'd love to hear your comments, and I do love chatting nerdy guitar stuff with you guys. So thank you for watching, guys. Please do carry on subscribing if you haven't done so yet. It really does make a big difference when you do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.